Hey everyone, welcome back to GIS Gallery. In today's video, we're talking about something important before writing Python code, setting up the right IDE. I'll show you how to install PyCharm, one of the best editors for Python programming. And I'll also introduce you to Google Colab, a free cloud-based Python environment that works inside your browser. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. We have more videos coming soon on Python.
Till now, we had used our command prompt terminal to write our code, right? But instead of that, like in here, in your command prompt terminal, you can only write single line code. So like we saw yesterday, you can only execute single lines code there. But if you wanted to write a bigger script, okay, the whole script, you cannot use command prompt. For that, you will be using specialized softwares. Those are called IDE. Okay, so IDE means Integrated Development Environment, and those are softwares that provide uh, facilities for programmers for software development, particularly for writing and testing code. So if you want to write bigger and much more fuller script of code, you'll need to use this IDE. Okay, so IDE just means the software that is used to write code. Okay, so not just Python, so it could be any other language. So the software that can be used to write code is called an IDE. Okay, so those have much more important features than your normal command prompt. Okay, so one is like the code editor, it offers syntax highlighting, code completion, error detection. So syntax highlighting is like when you're writing code for each syntax. So we'll be seeing that next. So when you're writing code, each syntax will have its own colors. Okay. So when you're writing text, text will have a specific color. When you're giving numbers, numbers will have a specific color, and your code syntax will have a specific color. So it's color coded, so it's easier for a developer to read what you have written. Okay? And then it has also code completion. So if you're using like Android or like iOS keyboard, you'll have this auto correction and auto complete things, right? Similarly, IDEs also provide code completion. So when you're starting to write something, it actually gives you suggestions of what you're trying to write. Okay, so you have code completion and you also have error detection. Okay, and then it also will have integrated Python interpreter. Okay, so which means inside the IDE you can run and test Python code directly. Okay, it also has debugger, so it's something that helps you identify and fix errors. Okay, and it also has automation tools. So if you want to like automate some script, you can also get these automation tools inside this IDE software. Okay, and you also get version control and product management tools. Okay, so version control is something like you could create different versions of the script you are trying to write. Okay, so that's made using GitHub. Yes, sir, you have seen GitHub, right? So you can use these kinds of version control management using Git. So that will be stored in GitHub. And you also have project management tools in there, which means you can organize files, folders, and resources within the project itself. Okay. And one of those examples is PyCharm. So while PyCharm I'll be using not that much, but it will be used like for writing ArcPy, for example. So one of those IDE is PyCharm, which you could download, and I will also be using Google Colab. Okay, so to install your PyCharm, you could just go over to your Google, just search for PyCharm download. Okay, you will get this website by JetBrains. If you go over there, by default it will be showing you PyCharm Professional. Okay, this is actually the paid version of PyCharm, but if you scroll down, like at the bottom, you will be having PyCharm Community Edition. So this is the free version, so which you could just download. Okay, so after it is downloaded, you'll get the file, and then it's later just normal. Just click next, 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 and finish, and the PyCharm will be downloaded. Okay, and Another thing you could do is you could use Google Colab. Okay, so if you just search for Google Colab, you'll get this one. Okay, go over here. So Google Colab will primarily be used for working with Python. Okay, and in the screen you can click on New Notebook. Okay, so click on New Notebook, and you'll get an interface like this. Okay, so you can just give any name for your notebook also, and in here you'll also will be having change runtime. So you can use Python or run Julia. So Python 3 and CPU GPU. So whether it be that we could do. Okay. And you can also even add text. So whatever the code that you're trying to do, you can just give also a text heading or something over there. Okay. So if I'm just give like welcome to Python. And then I could add write code blocks here. Now, the thing with Google Colab is that it's actually a notebook, which means you can add the many, like you can add like numerous code and text blocks. So I could just add one code block here, a text block here. I could add another text code block here. So it's actually a notebook. So something that can be used to save and store your script and whatever the nodes that you're trying to create. So yeah, so that this Google Colab notebook, which I'll be primarily using to show you an examples. Okay, so you could use this, or you could use the IDE, that is PyCharm.